Welcome to a new how-to. World War II got boring, so why come to this? And so basically, I'm gonna go over the basics. And you might be wondering, how are you qualified to tell me how to play a game about? Well, let's think. Well, I've owned the game since it first came out in 2016, when all the salty tears were out. Now I'm still playing it in 2018, when the new multiplayer update and everything has changed to make the game a lot better than what it was. And do you need any more qualifications yet? Let me just get started with an introduction. No Man's Sky is a sandbox space exploration game that is set in the world of the impossible future, because we'll never make it this point because humans are... You start off... Well, I'll show you how you start off, but let me just go over everything first. So, well, to play this game, you're going to need a copy of it. So how do I get a copy? Well, you either go to a GameStop, the Walmart, Target, whatever place you have in your country, and you can buy a PlayStation copy for pretty cheap. An Xbox, probably not too bad either. If you're trying to buy it digitally, it's probably going to cost you $60. Sorry, PC players, it's just how it's going to work. But there's a lot of stuff to do here in No Man's Sky, and I'm going to teach you what you need to know to get started on your journey. So let's start out with what one of your goals is in the game. Now, since it is a sandbox, you don't have to go for this goal, but one of the goals you can go for in the game is reaching the center. Now, I'm not going to spoil it, but if you would like to, I will have a link down below to the ending of the game. I don't know if they've changed it, but I haven't heard anything different from different news articles, so it should still be the same as it was back in 2016. So if you do want to be spoiled and not be surprised by it, then go right ahead, be my guest. Now, as this plays, I guess I'll tell you a little bit more for the game. Well, there are about 5 different character options that I'll show you that you can customize your character as, and I will explain how ships work now, because that's what you're going to need to get all the way to the center. So, your ship, over time, will go through various upgrades, from the pleb ship that you start with, all the way up to the God tier S ship that you buy and upgrade. Now you have a few different classes. Shuttle, you have Explorer, Fighter, and Hauler. And then you have different grades, going from C all the way up to S. S being the best, C being the worst. You'll start with a class C, and you'll make your way up the ranks. Selling, buying, trading, meeting different Korvax, Gek, Viking, learning different things. Or you can either, instead of going after the Galactic, build a base. Go enjoy your life somewhere. Or just build a base on a random planet that's nice, luscious, and fine that you like, and stay there and explore all the secrets that it has, as this game does have over 18 quintillion, so I'm sure that you can find your paradise. Now, you have a total of 4 modes that I'll go over, and, well, you might be wondering, so how long did it take you to record this, as it is in fast motion? It's 24 minutes to get from the center all the way and you might not think that's not that long, but that's just being in Free Explorer. It's going to take you hundreds of hours to reach there, especially if you're in normal mode. But if you're in creative mode, it might take you like 10 hours or so, really an hour or two to get there. Now, let's get into how you start off. You'll start off with 0 units, a puny ship that's broken that you'll have to repair on a planet somewhere at the edge of the first galaxy. And you'll have to find your way, so let's get into that first. Starting with how to repair your ship. Now, just to avoid this video being over 40 years long, I'm basically going to fast forward through the intro at about 4 times the speed, so it doesn't take as long. Basically, you'll essentially start on a random planet. Mostly, you'll either get stuck on one that's too hot, one that's too cold. You'll never basically get one too right. If you do, you're a lucky white privileged son of a gun, and I envy you every single day. Anyway, So you're gonna start off with an exosuit, and so that you'll have your life support and your thermal support, and really the only other thing you get is a mining tool, and that's about it. Your scanner that you have, everything else is all broken, and sometimes you'll spawn way too far away from your ship, so you better find something to help defend yourself and get that thermal or cold temperature unit all the way back up, because you're going to eventually die like you're seeing in the fast motion right now. Now you want to make sure that you find as much of whatever material of whatever thing that you need, and just start mining ferrite dust from different rocks, start mining up carbon, start mining up the little hydrogen crystals, the little blue ones in the background that you see there. Start mining those things up because they come important and play a key role. Because you need to start building a portable refinery, you need to start getting up a bunch of carbon so you have plenty for your mining tools so you won't run out. You also got to make sure that you can build up your scanner, get your analytics visor online and ready to go in game. You also want to make sure that if a storm happens, try to get back to your ship, but you'll see in the gameplay that I'm way too far away from my ship to go back. But in the process of recording this intro part, or this intro to the game part, it froze twice. No, yeah, twice. So yeah, glitches are prevalent. So if your game does freeze, make sure you at least make sure to save quite often. Because if it's just, oh, I've already saved and I've just walked this far, it's not as bad. But if you've walked all the way there and you're almost all the way back and you aren't near your ship and you can't launch it yet because you don't have the pulse engines yet, it's kind of bad. So make sure you do know that. Also, don't try duplication glitches right off the bat. At least get off the first planet first. Also, once you reach your ship, make sure you just follow all the instructions there, and then you can start repairing both parts of your ship and start getting the analytics visor and all that repaired. It's as simple as finding parts and then building it. It's basically Minecraft, but there's no blocks and the game actually looks very beautiful. So, so you might be asking, well, what's next on it? Well, first of all, you're going to need to find a bunch of the hydrogen, get that purifier that you put inside that portable refinery, builds your scanner so you can start scanning things to earn free money. That's right, by sitting there for about 5 to 10 seconds, you can get money that you can use to buy things. Look at that, free money. Now, of course, if you do want to be able to defend yourself, then you can go ahead and try to build the bolt caster, because, I mean, it's your call, man. You can do whatever you want. But, of course, while I was playing, I couldn't always have the objectives at the bottom of my screen, because the dang game just couldn't keep up with my connection, because I had just switched my internet back over to Ethernet from last night, being on Wi-Fi, for other reasons, obviously. And so, basically, yeah. And don't really try to repair too many things like that aren't your ship, because that's just going to take way too much time, because whatever planet you're on, you don't want to be on it for too long. But you will start off with 24 slots in your inventory, which is a pretty decent amount, so you'll be able to get some things done. But over time, you'll find places inside of your space stations where you can buy even more. You'll find out where he is. You'll be able to find out. I'm telling you, it's really way too easy. Now, once you've done that, you're going to want to build that signal booster, because you've gotten that navigation data from inside your ship, and so you need to build a signal booster. So you got to make sure that you get parts for that. So you got to start working for it early on. Now, as you're running all the way there, you might get caught in a storm. So you don't have the train manipulator yet, so you have to make sure that you just keep on running and hope that you have enough sodium or whatever you need to get all the way there without dying. So just keep on capturing different sodium plants along the way. You better hope that your game doesn't freeze, because that's one of the causes of the game right now that I've seen that's freezing for me. So basically, you just got to make sure that you make it to that harmonic seal, because you'll usually be inside a building. So if the storm is still going on, once you get there, unlike me, I didn't have that issue, then you'll be able to get the data, get the harmonic seal, get some more sodium or whatever your recharge is for yours, and you'll be able to finish it. So that's basically the whole intro to the game. So let's get started by talking about the next item on our list. Alright, so now that you've fixed your ship and you've gotten up into space and you've made your way to the space station, well, on the space station, if you make your way after you've landed your ship and you go to the right up the stairs, or if you use your jetpack to get all the way up there, then you can go all the way to the very end and touch on the computer, and you'll see this computer. On there, you'll see the anomaly, which is what you'll be, the Gek, Viking, Korvax, and Traveler. As you can see, I chose to be a Korvax, but you can choose whatever alien you want, customize everything with a whole bunch of different colors, and it costs nothing, no units, no nothing. You can change this as many times as you want. Just make sure you push save once you exit. Let's get into your ship. Now, once you've got done customizing your character, you can go down, if you want, you can even buy some new ships. So I'm going to talk to this guy here and make an offer on his ship. It's an S-class, and it's a fighter, so I want some good, just in case I run into pirates or get into a war somewhere. I'm going to negotiate the price. Since I'm in creative, it's going to be absolutely nothing, but I'm going to exchange my old ship out from being a hauler that couldn't really maneuver that well, and now I'm inside the ship. So now I can install new technology. It's in the technology bay, but you can even install them in the general area as well. You want to make sure that you keep enough room to store stuff, but also make sure you have a good balance of technology in there and weaponry, so that you can defend yourself against pirates, or if you want to, you can become your own space pirate. With 4 of your friends, you could start raiding freighters and ships. Start crafting. And since I'm in creative, it's no big deal, but it's gonna take a while to build up a lot of resources. So I'd suggest looking up tutorials on how to do a duplication glitch. In this video, I'll try to leave a link down below to duplication glitch, but it should be pretty good, so that you know how to manage how your inventory and your ship works. Now let's move on to talking to aliens. So, you have the Korvax here, which is what I am. So sometimes you'll get to talk to them, and you'll have different scenarios. They'll either lower arrays or do nothing. And then when you talk to other ones, and you can skip their dialogue, well then, you'll get through what they're reading. If you want, you can stop, and you have different options. So the first one I'll do is request dialect for help. So it's going to be 10 copper, and you'll have different things like 10 units from some. See, now I just learned convergence from him. So now I'll go over and talk to these fine gentlemen over here, and I'll give him a gift. What this will do with gratitude, and it will raise my standing with the Korvax. If I talk to this guy that's right next to him, he's like that first guy that I talked to. He has his own little scenario, and you can either choose to watch closely, or you can either leave. Each one does different things, and they kind of make their own little story with the alien. So you gotta make sure you do the right moves so that you don't offend the alien. Now, I'm gonna do barter, or sometimes you'll be asked for directions. Either one you can do, and they all do great things. So like now, he gave me a Viking sword that he probably captured from one during like a war. Now let's get into the galactic trade market. So here you'll see the galactic trade network. So here you can buy and sell things from your inventory. So like this is my exosuit inventory. So it's got different things in it, and other things that they might be interested in. But then I can also go over to buy things, where these are all the different things they have. And they have a limited number of it, so you gotta make sure that if you see something, make sure that you buy it up while you can. But you can also switch between your starship inventory when you're selling things. Now, some more things is you want to make sure that you do buy and sell things so that you earn more money. This guy right here, if you talk to him, he can give you some missions, give you some cool rewards if you want to. So he can give you, I don't know what the rewards are, but he has different missions, and you can also abandon some of the missions that you just don't want to do anymore. So, now we'll get into talking to more aliens. So you want to make sure that you talk to as many aliens as possible, because you need to be able to learn the language, but also learn what to do in scenarios and what not to. So you can talk to the different aliens and explore around the space station, so you know exactly what everything is. So you can be appreciative or be angry and being a bad person. You can make, and you'll kind of, if you start reading the backstories behind them, then you know what they'll want. Like if they're warlike, if they're money hungry, if they like organic products. But this all leads up into you doing what you want to. You can also become a farmer, and some of these guys will help you with that. Some of them you can hire for different specialists, like science specialists, weapon specialists, vehicle specialists, all of them do different things, but you can raise your standing with them, and you can explore around, try and find secret rooms, you can spin chairs around, do all sorts of fun stuff. But you can also try to get your way into some of these locked back rooms, and you'll find different plants that you might want to steal, maybe, and you can get some cool things, and you'll have new ranks that you'll get from milestones that you'll reach along your journey. So that's all there really is to the space station. Let's keep on moving. Now we move into your inventory for your exosuit, starship, multi-tool, and your freighter, and also your exocrafts if you get those during your base building. So you have your exosuit, your starship, your multi-tool, and the freighter inventory if you so one, and even all of these, your freighter, multi-tool, and your starship all have different class ranks to them. They have cargo. Some, like your exosuit, have cargo, technology slots that you can use so that you can haul more technology around. So let's move on to our next topic. Now moving into the area that is kind of important, your discoveries. Make sure you upload these, unless you're trying to keep your base secretive, so that you can find different things and get more money. Also, you can see you have your GEC, your journey milestones. These are the three main alien types in the game. You have your Viking, your GEC, and your Corvex, and they all have backgrounds to them. I suggest reading them because it comes in handy when you're doing different things or interacting with them. You also have your Merchant's Guide, your Mercenary's Guide, and your Explorer's Guide. These are all very important and should be taken care of. Also, you have your different missions that you have. And then you have your guide, where it even tells you even more in the game as well, for trading, survival basics, navigation, combat, new features of the update that's out at that time, raw materials that you can find in the world. That I clearly haven't found all of them yet, because you have to scan them, and crafting products that you can make, and all the different technologies that are in the game. And then portal lists, if you like to read what they are, then pause the video so that you can see them. So there you go. If you want to read them, go ahead and pause the video. Now, learning the inside of your ship is very important. So you might want to know where your units of how fast you're going. Your environmental screen is going to always be in the middle, and the ship that attacked you will appear. And all that is all important, and you'll pick up. So the 4 game modes in the game are normal, survival, permadeath, and creative. Normal is your chill experience. Survival's your kind of hardcore experience. Permadeath is your ultimate hardcore setting, and creative is where you don't have to worry about money, materials, or anything. You can just explore and do whatever you want and follow whatever storylines that you want and that you don't want to take the time to find all the materials in the normal game. So anyway, if you guys did go to enjoy today's video and you do like what I do, go down and please hit that subscribe button and turn on that notifications. And if you haven't, please like the video. It goes a long way to support and know that you want to see more of the game. But anyways, I'll see you guys next Friday with a brand new video. Alright, bye.